G'day, mate. So I got a hate speech strike on my main channel yesterday for my completely innocuous live stream about Jews, sex, and capitalism 2. They give me a hate speech strike. It was just this calm, reasoned, thoughtful discussion of different approaches between Judaism and Christianity to the natural passions, such as the passions for money, passions for sex, passions for honor, passions for fame, passions for status, passions for success. And it got a hate speech strike. Crazy. So, just thinking about this idea, people talk because they want something. So, what are the reasons that people talk to you? What do they want from you when they talk to you? So, probably most of the time, most of the talk directed your way is because people want to connect with you, want to build their relationship with you, their friendship. Right? We're wired to connect to people. So I think that's the primary reason we talk, is to connect. Because your happiness level essentially equals the quality of your relationships. And the deeper your relationships, the happier most people feel. And the way to deepen relationships is through communication. Spend time together, intensity of the interaction, frequency, and length. Those are the components of friendship. So we talk to connect. So what are we doing here? Like, why are we talking here on YouTube? What are we getting out of this? So I guess another reason that we talk is to ask for help. And another reason we talk is to give help to other people. And another reason we talk is to get clarity about what we need, what we want, what we really think. We want to assess what's going on in the world around us. We often want information so that we can better navigate, say, a work issue, or say a computer problem, or you don't know about someone that you're dealing with, so you want to get feedback on what sort of person is this, like where are they at now, do they need help, are they dangerous? So that's a big reason that we communicate. And then I think men talk a lot to show off, to try to change other people's perceptions of them, to raise themselves in social status. So men tend to be very eager to talk in length about topics they think they know something about. So for working class people, it's often something like sports. For middle class people, it will be in an area of their educational or professional specialty, or a hobby. And probably upper class people, upper class men, what do they show off? I guess probably their level of knowledge of a particular interest or hobby, or some artistic, cultural endeavor. But who are upper class people showing off to? Not sure. So yeah, men, big reason men talk is to show off, is to try to change their social status, much more than with women. Women, I think the primary reason they talk is to share feelings, and they just feel driven to share feelings usually with people they like and have some connection with. So I think another reason we talk to try to figure out if we like someone or if we matter to them. So we may really like someone and we find ourselves talking even though we have no evidence that they like us. That's an incredibly dispiriting feeling when you're talking to someone who has no interest in what you have to say. So people talk because they want something. So what are the reasons people talk to you? So people talk to me. Probably the main reason they talk to me is to connect, is to bond, to deepen our acquaintanceship, friendship. And sometimes people talk to me because they want to get me into bed, right? Or we talk to people because we want to try to get something from them. We want to get a job or a promotion or a reference or help with our computer or car or with our taxes or dealing with city bureaucracy or trying to figure out how to observe a Jewish festival or what's the best book on a certain topic. So, yeah, I notice people primarily talking to me, I think, for connection. And a lot of people talk to me for help. Say I'm heavily involved in 12-step programs. So they may want to tap into my experience, strength, and hope around certain issues or on the steps or the tools of a particular program. Then I noticed a lot of people want to talk to me because I guess I seem sympathetic. And they may have a spouse who's ill, who they're very worried about. They may be worried about their kids who's a drug addict. Notice that. They want to share their worries and concerns. This is much more women than men. Men, generally speaking, seem quite reluctant to talk about their worries, fears, concerns, and negative emotions. But women, if they like you, they're much more open to sharing that stuff. Then often people talk to me to get my help, to answer questions, or in business, people will talk to me because they want something, some expertise that I have, or I've agreed to do a task or provide a service in exchange for payment. So it's another reason people talk to me. Then a lot of the times people talk to me because they want to show off how smart they are. Right? So why do people chat here on live streams? What's going on with that? What's the motivation for that? So for the outgoing person, making conversation, connecting with people, interacting with people, generally a source of energy. That's the mark of the extrovert. While for the introvert, talking to other people is generally tiring. It wears them out. So someone like Ultra High T seems very extroverted. He seems to get energy by throwing down his comments in the chat. Other people, why do people write comments in the chats of these live stream? So some people like Alex DeLarge, they want to talk about the stock market. They know that these live streams tend to attract a very intelligent audience. So they want to discuss what's going on in the world with other equally intelligent people. What's going on with the stock market? Is this a good trade? Is that a good trade? What's a good investment now? So some people have come to do business together as a result of meeting on these live streams. They've made a lot of money together. Other people just like socializing together because they met people on these live streams. So I think part of the reason that people comment is that they don't want to feel alone, that they want to share their frustrations. And this is a friendly site to do that with frequently like-minded, right-wing inclined people, or certainly political, cultural, religious dissidents. So this is a safe space to share. So people enjoy making comments, sharing concerns, or raising questions, because this is a space where they find that those needs get met. And people comment to provoke, to express their displeasure, their anger, to try to wind me up or to knock me down. People comment to show off how much they know. People comment often because they get joy out of belittling other people. They're frustrated, they've had a hard day at work, so they come into a live stream like this and they can just like let loose. Instead of kicking the dog, they can come on here and kick whoever's annoying them. And also people have a lot of fear and anxiety, frustration, inability for their life to work, to operate as they wish. So they'll come onto this live stream and chat and discuss those frustrations. So frequently it is people who are not connecting effectively with other people in real life. So the audience that these live streams attract, they have more enjoyment talking to this particular audience than they do with people they know in the real world. So why do people talk to you? What is it that they want from you? There's connection, there's commerce, there's help, there's enlisting people in a common cause. It's just wanting to reassure yourself that you matter to someone else. So you may find yourself just saying something and seeing what people say in response. If people just give a pro forma response, you don't get any assurance that they put any significance on you. And so the more socially adept would then just move on. But other people are so desperate for connection, they'll talk and talk and talk, even though the recipient has no interest in what they have to say. So how do you react when some homeless man starts bending your ear? Right, that's no fun. I know that I don't tend to listen to homeless people talking to me, but other people, I'll let them talk to me and bore me, and I'll just like tune out, think how long till I can get out of this conversation. So sometimes I'll give people a mercy listen, right? I'm sure we all do that. We feel bad for someone, we give them a mercy listen. Or the cost of enduring their boring monologue is less than the cost we feel we'd pay if we walked away or shifted the conversation, or because we're just simply too weak to tell people that this topic bores me or you bore me. So my goal is to have a reason and a purpose for everything I do, for every conversation I have, and to not put up with conversations I find boring unless I'm deliberately choosing to give a mercy listen. So women at a dance will sometimes give a mercy dance to some loser, and I'm sure we all give mercy listens to people who are distraught, to people who are socially inept, to people who don't normally have friends or people to listen to their concerns, to people who just can't help talking and talking and talking, even though others aren't particularly interested in what they have to say. But I want to lead a purposeful life. So if I don't have a reason for being in a conversation, I want to get out of it. I have other things that I can do with my time. I can have other people I can talk to, or I have books to read, or I can jump on a live stream, or I can work, or I can meditate, I can make money, I can volunteer for some cause. So I don't want to be stuck in conversations. And generally now at age 53, it's less and less frequent that I allow people to crowd me and to bend my ear if I have no interest in the topic. Unless I'm deliberately choosing to give a mercy listen to someone, I want to be out of there. So if I'm at a dinner party or a social gathering and I find it boring and I see no prospect for turning things around, then I want to get out of there. I get out of there quickly and move on. So I think the more clearly we know ourselves, the more clarity we have about ourselves, and more sense that we have a reason and a purpose for how we're doing things, then the less likely we are to be knocked off our vision, right? That's the great benefit of having a vision, overarching purpose to our life, that when things come up that detract from our vision, we drop them effortlessly, often. Just boom, no, not interested. After you've had the 10th telemarketer, right, you start to realize when someone's trying to sell you something, because normally people don't go up and say, "How are you today?" A stranger, right? If a stranger calls you up and says, "How are you today?" Sorry about touching my face. I realize that's bad etiquette in the age of COVID-19. But if it was a stranger calling you on the phone and asking you how you are today, then 99.99% of the time it's telemarketer. And some people still feel so bad about hanging up on them that they endure it. But if you have a strong sense of vision for your life, I think you're much less likely to be knocked off course by telemarketers, by other people who want to waste your time. Okay, let's see if there's anything going on in the chat. Okay, can't see anything going on here in the chat. Okay, it's dead in the chat. So people talk. G'day, Holly. Holly the cook. So Holly, what do you notice about people talking to you? What is it that they want? Right? People talk because they want something from you. I think the most normal, most frequent reason is that people want connection. They want to connect with you because they like having you in their life, and they want to deepen the connection, because the deeper our connections with other people, the happier we are. I can't think of any other metric that is as accurate for happiness. Okay, I have to think about that. They want attention. Yeah. Okay, people want attention, but I'm presuming you mean they're people who aren't already friends, because I assume when friends talk to you, it's more than attention. They want connection and to bond. So perhaps you're a sympathetic person, so a lot of people may talk to you because you seem like a nice person and a kind person, and they may be, say, a little bit socially inept, because if you're bending the ear of people who have no interest in what you have to say, then the odds are about 99% you're socially inept, and that you don't have normal people that you can connect to. So people talk to you because they want something. So they want your attention, but what's really going on there is they want to feel that they matter to you. Okay. Usually people call me to get advice and to unload, and I don't mind. Okay, so you're a nice person, and people know that they can bend your ear, they can unload, they can talk to you about things that they can't talk to other people about, and they also want to tap into your legal expertise and your expertise in other areas. So yeah, people would talk to us to get help. It's a very common reason that people talk to us. So people talk because they want something. So what are some of the other reasons? Like, why am I talking to Holly right now vis-a-vis this YouTube live stream? Because I get something out of it. She's very smart. You're burying your entire audience. How am I burying my entire audience? So I got a hate strike on my main channel. So that's why I'm not live streaming over there. So I'm talking to Holly right now because she's smart, and I enjoy connecting with Holly. She is a source of inspiration. She sharpens my thinking. She gives me new ideas, new perspectives. She's very intelligent. She's an accomplished woman. We have things in common. We went to the same university. We know many of the same people. We have many similar political leanings. Holly claims she's not that smart. right? And so this is a space where dissidents can come together. So why have dissident streams been so popular on YouTube? Because the audience that already holds these views can't get their appetite fed in the mainstream news media. And it's not easy to connect with other people who hold dissident beliefs. And so that's one reason we show up to these live streams, is that we can connect to fellow crime thinkers, that we can talk about things that are otherwise, say, socially unacceptable, that are more risky to talk about with most of the people we know in the real world. So that's why we come onto these live streams. Also, this is convenient, right? We can come on, we can share something, and then we can just move right on if we got to take a call. Odds are 99% socially inept. It's very difficult to connect in real life with dissidents. I agree with you there. We all need to talk about certain ideas and work through them with a sympathetic audience. Yeah. So in real life, we don't get to talk about this stuff as easily. It's much more dangerous in real life, right? So here we can be more honest. We don't need to be as calculating in the things we say in this space. We can unload. We can think out loud. We can run through different scenarios, or we can shock, right? I enjoy trolling. I enjoy shocking people. I enjoy provoking people. So a lot of my audience enjoys that. Okay. What do you want, Luke, as a talker? Why do I talk? Yes. Great question. So why do I make so many YouTube live streams? And before that, I was putting this kind of energy and effort into my blogging. So why have I been blogging since July 3, 1997? What do I get out of it? If I'm talking right now to you, it means I want something. So what is it I want? So part of the reason is that I think I have something to say that will be helpful to people, or just creating not so much something I say, but a space that I create here on this channel through my various online and real life activities. I create a space where distant people can get together. We network. So I like creating a place for people to come. I like creating a space. I like connecting with people who have similar questions or concerns that I do, because it's more difficult to connect to such people in real life. I like to share my ideas. So I'll have an idea or something that I think is an insight. So I feel this yearning to share it, to express it. So I can try to break it down deeper than that. But if I have a thought or an idea that I'm just like yearning to express, that's kind of what drives me. So same reason that painters paint and other people like to play basketball, something I'm good at. And we all like to do things that we're good at. So I think that's part of the reason we do things that we're good at. And a little bit of the reason I enjoy making a few shekels, making a few dollars from this, but that's not the primary reason. Yeah, the stream is buffering, it's terrible. So we want people to know that we went to a concert, that we know somebody who was on TV. We talk to show how important we are, how smart we are, how connected we are, how interesting we are. I think this is like mainly a male thing, right? We talk to manage other people's perceptions of us and to show off. Yeah, we talk to get clarity, we talk to impress, we talk to get help, we talk to give help. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing in the news these days is all these Asians writing op-eds about how marginalized they feel in America. And these are such solipsistic op-eds. Generally speaking, they're incredibly self-absorbed. You can tell they're using it to try to get sympathy, to try to gain victimhood points, and to try to get sympathy or just to get published. That they're using this COVID pandemic to get published in the New York Times, the LA Times, to tell people how hard it is as Asians in America right now, that to share their pain, to share their fears, their anxieties. And these op-eds tend to be incredibly solipsistic. Right? There's no, I just don't recall any understanding in these op-eds about the main Northeast Asian countries of China and Japan and Korea. They don't want any immigrants, right? So however hard Asians may have it in the United States, they don't have it very hard because they earn more money per hour than any other racial group. They save more money than any other racial group. They're more highly educated than any other racial group. They have more solid family structures. They live longer. They live better. So by any objective category, they're thriving in the United States of America. They're doing really, really well, yet they're writing all these op-eds about how tough they've got it, how hard things are on them, and showing no understanding of what things would be like for, say, some non-Asian who wanted to move to Japan, wanted to move to Korea, wanted to move to China, how marginalized they would feel, right? So however racist Americans are towards Asians, it's nothing compared to what non-Asians would feel moving to Korea, China, or Japan. So this lack of self-awareness, this solipsism, this self-absorption, this lack of perspective is breathtaking. And I think I've probably seen 30 or 40 op-eds by Asians in the prestigious media over the past 6 weeks talking about how hard they've got it in the United States right now, but with no understanding of perspective of what things are like for other groups, say in Asian countries, how compared to other countries, the United States is about the least racist, least discriminatory, least bigoted country around. So no sense of proportion, no sense of gratitude, right? The United States is a country formed by Europeans who in the last 50 years have thrown themselves open to all sorts of groups around the world to come and join. And these op-eds just display no sense of gratitude. So I think they mainly just want the status. They're seeing that in the current environment, the victimhood brings status, and they're clutching for the shiny ring of victimhood to get published, to get status, to complain. It's boring. Come on, stop. Why can't I stop this live stream?